My microphone is so good that if somebody were to fall down outside, you would hear them say ouch. That was me testing it, and it turns out to be a factual statement. I did not fall on the outside of my porch, but I did fall when I was coming in, so I almost took down my entire setup with me. I am okay. Thank you for wondering. I'm just happy I'm alive, because that was a close one, everybody. I literally tripped over my sandal because the front part is broken. Live with the dentist update you've never asked for with Mary Grace Sopran. So, I promised you all that I would tell you about what happened at the dentist. Turns out I have 2 cavities, and the Kermit secretary was not there. So that was a double whammy. And also, all of the equipment is 60s equipment. It looks like it's from the 60s, which it is. So it looks like Call of Duty Nuketown in that place. In the place where I get my teeth done. Called the dentist office. It was overall a disheartening visit. But she said it was genetics, so that makes me feel a little bit better. And I guess I'm just gonna keep on brushing. Also, here's the TikTok update that you never asked for. So, on my last episode, I spoke about how even though I'm 23, I have a 12-year-old's dream of going viral on the TikTok. Sadly, I did not wake up to 1 billion views this morning as planned. I woke up to 223. But great art is always criticized. What I wanted was 1 million views and a call from The Ellen Show. What I got was 200 views and a nuggets. TikTok just doesn't want to see me win. They don't want to see me be great. And I really had some false hope because I put like hashtag 50 Cent, hashtag Justin Bieber, hashtag Beyonce because it gets people to look at things. Nope, it did not happen. But there's always hope for next time. There's always a shenanigan to be had. So this past weekend was Father's Day, and for Father's Day, my dad forced me and my sister to watch this movie called Killer Sofa, and I was excited because I thought from the title and what the photo that was used for the movie looked like, it looked like a couch that it was, in essence, a couch that eats ass. And I was also wrong about that. It's a couch with 2 button eyes that was possessed in like the 1600s, and he's trying to like kill everyone who first. It was at some like thrift shop, and this old man grabbed it, and then he got like he felt the bad energy from it, and every person that couch came into contact with, it would try to kill that person. And it's hilarious because all you see is like the couch waddling through the house, and it pushes somebody off the balcony, and then they show the shot of the couch hanging over the balcony with his demonic button eyes. It was just an insane movie, and it was Australian. So like, oh no, the couch is eating me bum. The couch ate my ass. And they're all talking like that about the couch. I wish they said that. They said something like that, but they didn't say that. And the woman who ends up buying this couch ends up keeping it and possesses her. And there's like a couch sex scene, and I could not believe my eyes. I was like, what is happening in this movie? She literally did some kind of sexual act with the couch, and the couch is possessed. I guess 10 out of 10, if that's what you're looking for. I'm still very speechless from it. You know, when it comes into my mind, I just push it away. And at the end of the movie, spoiler alert, if you're going to watch it, I'm going to tell you what happens here. One of her friends gets pushed off the balcony, as like another guy got pushed off the balcony, but the couch pushes one of the girl's friends off the balcony into a trash bin, and the investigators, they think it's a murder. They don't think it's the couch, and then they were looking around, completely missed the woman in the trash can, in like a paperclip shape in the trash can. They didn't see her, I guess, or smell her. Apparently she wasn't dead, but for 3 hours in the movie, she was alive, and we thought she was dead. And then she comes out of the trash can, and she ends up going into the crime scene where they found out about this couch, and she has a huge shard of glass in her forehead, and they're just hugging her, and they're not asking anything about where she was throughout the whole movie, and nothing about the huge protruding piece of glass coming out of her forehead. Like, oh my god, you're okay, we didn't know you were okay, we didn't see you for the whole movie, and now you're back, yay. And literally, like, the girl's talking like that, and she just got almost murdered by a possessed couch. Like I said, if that's your bag, if that's what you're looking for, 10 out of 10. Evil couch, sexual couch, odd possessed couch movie, it's worth your time. I don't know if it's just me or everybody I know, but I see on all of my social medias that there has been a huge influx of people who sell beauty products. It's like Avon on steroids. I'm not going to mention the name of it because I don't need another cultish following destroying me and watching my every move. But I absolutely love, like, I see multiple people that I'm friends with or follow on social media are selling products, and they all follow, like, the same script, and it's fantastic. Like, I love watching it. I hop on there just to laugh. Like, I'm not disrespecting anybody's side hustle. Any way you make money, I'm about it, and that's fantastic. But I just love just the representation of it is fantastic. It's just like a bunch of like monotone people, and they're like, it's not a scam, it's not a pyramid scheme, and it's not a cult. And it's like blink 3 times. If you need help, I'll help you. It looks like somebody is in the room with these people and is brandishing a gun. It makes me think that somebody is standing behind them with a gun to their head. Like, you better say this script correctly. Because, I mean, don't you want that Mercedes-Benz? Don't you want that trip to Hawaii? Don't you want flexible hours so you can work from home? Like I said, there's no shame in the game, playa. And who knows? I watch so many videos about it, so many stories about it, so many Instagram stories, so many Facebook posts about it, that, who knows? Maybe one day I'll get inducted. Maybe one day I'll purchase a VIP product. Maybe I sometimes sit there and I realize my finger is already moving to purchase a shampoo. Maybe it'll happen. I'm not knocking it. I just think that it rocks. I have admiration for it. And who knows? Maybe I'll buy some skin cream, some lotion for my knees. It could happen. And I'm not that what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not that conceited to act like I wouldn't buy it. You give me a good price, you give me that member's discount, And I might get that foot cream. So if you're selling that stuff, keep on doing it. I love it. It makes me smile. It makes me laugh. And I admire it. I admire the tenacity. I do. I respect it. So something horrific happened to me this weekend. Not this weekend, during the week. I lied. Liza Minnelli, she lies. Is she alive? I hope so. I went to get ice cream with my friends, and it was rolled ice cream. So I was eating the ice cream, and I felt a weird consistency in my mouth, and it was a hair. And it was like a short gray hair, and I was like, my friends were like, oh, you have pets. That could have been. I know what my pet's hair is like. I see it. I live with it. And I could have even made myself believe that if it was on top of the ice cream. It was deep in that ice cream. And the saddest part is that there were 2 females working there with long hair. So I don't know where that hair came from. It wasn't like a fuzz flying around. That was actually some elderly man's hair. And I ate it, and then I spit it out. And it just makes me want to make you all aware of the predicament that I constantly find myself in. First of all, how? How did I find it in ice cream? I've also found it once inside of a mochi ball. Disturbing. And it's always found in, like, my first bite. Like, why can't I find it in my last bite? Or how about, why can't I just eat it and not know about it? I think I'd rather just eat it and not know about it instead of finding it. Because I find it every single time. And I've spoken to many people about this thing that is happening to me. And I've met dozens of people who have said, that's never happened to me. That's disgusting. First of all, I can't choose what happens to me in that regard. And for me, it's been over 20 times. And I don't know how to stop it. I'm being vigilant. I'm not eating out in places that you think you would find hair in your food, and I'm very vigilant, and I tend to find it every single time. And the one time when I found it in the mochi ball, it was like I felt something deep in the back of my throat, and then I had to pull it out, and it went through my 2 buck teeth, and it was disgusting. And then I told the girl, hey, like, I found hair in my food, and she was like, oh, please, like, if I tell my boss, I'm gonna get in trouble. And I was like, all right. And then she ended up giving me like $2 off. So I suffered, and I didn't even get my money back. This reminds me of the time I went to a drag show in New York City. We went for a friend's birthday, and I ordered chicken parm. And it was absolutely delicious. I got to, like, the last fourth of the piece of chicken, and I was eating it, and then I felt something awful on my tongue, and I pulled it out, and it was a hair. And then I called the drag queen that was our waitress over. And I was like, excuse me, I found a piece of hair in my food. And she was like, what'd you say, sweetie? And I was like, yeah, I found a piece of hair in my food. And then she was like, you better not be playing with me or I'm going to kick your fucking ass. And I was like, oh no, like, really, there was hair in my food. And then the drag queen was like, oh, sweetheart, I'm just playing with you. And that was a scary situation because I thought I was going to get my ass beat by a drag queen because that was a large drag queen. And then when she came back, I was like, thank you so much, I appreciate it, because they ended up giving me the chicken parm for free, and that was awesome because I ate like 3/4 of that chicken without knowing that hair was in it, and I enjoyed myself, and that was delicious. And it was also like a $40 meal because it's very expensive at those shows. So I made some money. And not really. I actually left with the same amount of money I came with, which is pretty awesome though. Maybe it was okay that it happened. I'm not hating it. And my favorite was when the drag queen came back and gave me the check. I was like, yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it, for just charging me for the water. And she was like, it's okay. Don't make me check the camera, because if I found out that you put the hair in there, I'm going to kick your ass again. And I was like, oh no. I was just laughing because I think it was a joke. It was a joke. And then the drag queen was like, Just playing with you, girl. So it was a win-win-win situation for me because I laughed with a drag queen. I got intimidated by one, which was an awesome experience. And then I left without spending money. I gave a few dollars for tips because they were dancing and stuff. But I pretty much ate half of a chicken parm for free. And you know what? If it's gonna happen, might as well have it be an expensive meal. And it slows the bleeding, you know? It sort of kind of makes it okay that it happened. And the craziest part is, like, it's been happening to me so much more frequently lately. Like, maybe 5 times within the past few months. And I blame Scientology. And on that note, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. I've got a lot of love that I have received from this podcast, and I just want to say thank you for listening. Thank you for the good words. Thank you for the oh my gosh, my voice was cracking. Thank you for the text, for the comments. I truly appreciate it, and if I can make one person smile, that's what I do it for. So if you have the time, please follow my Instagram account made for the podcast, which is Misadventures Podcast. Follow me on Spotify, subscribe to me on Spotify, subscribe to me on YouTube. I got the YouTube up, and it would be amazing if you could leave a star rating, whatever you believe is right. Do what's right. Do what you feel is good in your heart, and leave a comment on Apple Podcasts. That would help immensely because I'm trying to move up the algorithm. I'm trying to be ahead of the misadventures of Taiwan and the misadventures of knitting. So with your help, I can get there. So if you have the time, it helps immensely. Much love always. I appreciate it. And have a great weekend. And I will catch you next week. Wow, I don't know how I'm not signed to a contract with somebody already, because come on now. That was utter perfection if I've ever heard it. Beyonce who? I think you meant Mary Grace Anse.